So, which
Yeah.
experience was better, freelancing or working with Zomato and Urban Company?
So here's what I think that both experiences have taught me quite a lot, right? Because what I realized by doing freelancing, and something like this idea has, like, when I was a little kid, like probably I was in like eighth or sixth, even sixth class, I remember. I always thought about building a business. Like I and like, earlier it was just a fascination of building a business, but later on it became like, empowering others to do their best job, hiring people, and like, helping them achieve their career goals and things like that also, sort of like, something that I had in mind. So while I did freelancing, I always never thought of myself as a freelancer, more of a solopreneur, right? Like I have to think
Okay.
about like making a good runway. I have to think about how do I get leads, do I do sales, how do I do post, like, post experience of the client so that they can keep coming back and stuff like that. So that idea has always fascinated me, like, ever since I was a little kid, that I was the fifth person in the design team, because the previous team that was there since 2011-12, they sort of left, and we were rebuilding the team. So I was the fifth person in the design team, and then we went on and hired a bunch of folks. And while till the time I left, there were, I think, 21 designers that we had in the team. And I think like, that sort of has gone back again to 13, 14 designers now. But yeah, so that has been the journey. But yeah, no as such like, preference in terms of what helped me more, because looking at the hindsight, I feel that freelance has taught me a lot in terms of how to build a runway, how to build, like, business like thinking, because you have to run everything. Like you don't have to just do the design, you have to think about how like I'm going to survive, what sort of finances I have to do, uh, and how do you make sure that you meet the client's expectations. And like, Zomato and Urban Company, you design for a lot of people. You are talking about millions and millions of people, right? Whatever you make, a small change multiplied by so many
Yeah.
people becomes so many more experiences. So I mean, like, I enjoyed both here. Like there is no preference.
Also, what I feel is ki with freelancing, you are anyways making your portfolio while doing your job, right?
Sure.
So, what do you feel that should a portfolio have
Yeah.
real life products like which are being used by people,
Sure.
or is it also okay to have sort of side projects just for your practice?
Amazing, great question. Okay, like let me tell you, it's a great question to ask. And what should be the balance, how much detail and all those things matter quite a lot. So let me start there. uh, this is a chicken egg problem. If you do not have good projects, you are not going to get the
Hmm.
job.
Right.
If you do not have the job or the internship, you might not be able to work on good projects, right? So what I've realized is that uh, and I have hired like 100 designers so far for a lot of different clients, my own company, as well as at Zomato, Urban Company, and things like that. So what I've realized is that not everyone has the privilege of having great products to begin with, right? But
Yeah.
what I have started to look at more is how much willing this person is to be, like, explore things on their own, and like, try things on their own. Even if it's a concept project, did they actually go out and talk to the people? Did they do something that nobody else is doing, like going testing their product with people, or like, spending time with the users and going into the roots, or just even, if even not that, they have created a prototype which is so detailed that I'm like, awesome, like this is a good thing.
Hmm.
Because see, like you don't have to like think of it this way, that you, when you are starting out, you might not have so many options that, hey, let me work with Zomato, let me because, like, they are also looking for people who have some knowledge, who have some experience, right? So there is this barrier, but you can think of this barrier, or you can do something that nobody else is willing to do. You have to stand out, right? Like, we are in this age where I think attention, getting someone's attention is very important. And
True.
if you're just a resume or just an application in the pile, it doesn't matter. Find a problem. That problem can be around you, faced by, if you're in college, let's say, because I believe that's most of your audience is the, like, hostel admission process a big hassle, result process a big hassle, canteen process a big
Hmm.
hassle, hostel allotment process is a big hassle, like whenever you go to a, like, since you are in hostel and college, like laundry services are a big hassle, and stuff like that. Solve that. And don't just solve it from a perspective of that I'll design a few screens, but see if you can make it a viable business. And this is a personal philosophy that I have. Even if you are doing freelancing, even if you are doing a job, even if you are running a business, always have a few side projects. And not because of like source of income and things like that, but it actually teach, like, you have one life. Don't just live being, like, a designer. Like, have other things as well. I'm a designer, artist, reader, writer, whatever, right? So have a few passion projects, have a few side hustles always going on. Those doesn't have to make as much money or anything. It's just to keep you sharp, it's just to keep you updated, right?